everybody, and welcome to the Your Natural Healer channel. My name is Tammy, and I'm so happy to have, excuse me, all of you sun sign Capricorns joining me today for your September Zodiac reading. And in this month's Zodiac reading, we are going to do what I like to call a life check-in. And we are going to look at a few things using the tarot deck. We are going to look at career, finances, love, health, and spirituality. Then we're going to draw from this oracle deck to kind of see what we need to be aware of, if there's any negative energy that's going to be creeping into your space. And then finally, normally I always draw a crystal at the beginning of my readings, whatever I'm drawn to, but I was really drawn to this is a crystal specific deck. So I'm just going to draw a crystal for you guys from that, okay? So really quickly, before I get started, I always clear my deck. I clean everything with sage and everything like that. So I will be clearing the deck with my tincture bells. But before I do that, I just want to really quickly talk about some very, very quick housekeeping. If you're interested in there's so much going on with Your Natural Healer. I've got all kinds of specials, all kinds of sales going on, just all kinds of stuff. So I had to create a new tab on my website to list it all. So if you're interested to see what's going on, there's all kinds of things for sale and workshops and live events and things like that. So go to yournaturalhealer.com, and there is a tab, I think it's called Sales and Special Events. Check out everything. Also want to talk about, if you're interested, also make sure there's a tab for the 2024 Ultimate Reading Package. It is going to include a full reading for 2024 using tarot. I'll clarify cards, pull oracle cards, but you're also going to get a 20 to 30 minute distance Reiki session, depending on what cards I pull. It will be distance Reiki to kind of seal up 2023 for you and send you off into 2024 with some really good vibes. I will create a crystal grid based on the reading. I will amplify that grid, activate it. That grid will be activated for 72 hours to amplify everything for 2024, which is what's so fascinating about spirituality and energy work, is that energy doesn't know space and time. So you can send energy into future. Now you can also send it to the past. That means it's not going to change what happens, but it can just help with, healing in the present and things of that nature. I don't want to get on to it. I do a whole lecture on that in one of my courses that I teach. But anyway, check that out. The only other thing I really, really want to mention is, if you haven't subscribed to my channel and would consider doing so, thank you in advance. The YouTube formula is real. It is based off of number of subscribers, which is very, very difficult to get. So if you smash that subscribe button, you would help me tremendously. You can turn off notifications. That won't offend me. And do that for any YouTuber you watch, because there is so much more that goes into this than you realize. Also, always give a thumbs up, because that also affects the content and, how much it's put out there by YouTube saying, hey, you might be interested in this. So the more thumbs up, comments, even if it's an emoji, that helps with that formula as well. And I don't care whose channel, mine or anybody else's you watch, never, ever, ever, don't give a thumbs down or leave a negative review. It really messes up that formula. And just because you don't like something, whether it's because of how somebody looks or how they sound, or you just don't like what they're saying, just walk away. Don't put that negativity out in the world, because you might not like it, but there's other people that do. So don't ruin that, because that really does mess up the algorithm. And YouTube, being a YouTuber is a lot of work, and I'm not one. I don't, my videos are not edited. If I sneeze during it, you're going to hear me sneeze, my readings are real. All right. Sorry, I hit the camera there. So I'm off my soapbox with that. So thank you if you do subscribe. All right. So let me go ahead and do a little extra cleansing and Like I said, I do sage in between readings, but for some reason I want one more. I don't know if in the past with your zodiac readings, Capricorn, if they haven't been the greatest. If that's the case, maybe that's why I was feeling, but I was feeling the need to ring that bell a Quasimodo. Okay, I'm going to pull these two decks off to the side because we won't use those until we're finished up with the attributes in for the life check-in. Now, another thing I just want to really explain is resonating. If this doesn't resonate with you, again, don't get frustrated. Don't get frustrated. Don't get upset or say bad things about me, or that, tarot is woo-woo. When I do a personal reading, I connect with your personal energy to draw the cards, okay? And before I start, I do a whole thing with cleansing and all of that. And I connect to Capricorn energy, okay? But I can't connect with every single Capricorn in the world. So I do it in a general context. So that's why this is a general reading. You can always come back to this. This reading is only going to be done 3 times a year. I won't do it again until January. So maybe come back in November and rewatch it and go, oh, yeah, I remember Tammy said something about that. And that makes so much sense now. And, and if it still doesn't, you know what? You can always get a personal reading, okay? I'd be more than happy to do a personal reading for you, all right? And my readings, I have all different types and lengths and styles, and even if you don't see something you want, you can always reach out to me and say, hey, Tammy, can you do a reading about this? And I usually let you ask a couple questions or whatever, but my rates are really reasonable, so do that. Now, if it does resonate with you, I want you to take your right hand, and as you take a deep breath in, place it over your heart, and say, yes, I claim this for myself, okay? All right, so let me get these cards. I'll fix them a little prettier. It's kind of hard to see over this camera. I'm gonna set the deck off to the side. We won't need it anymore because we're not drawing clarifying cards as this is a general reading. All right, oops, and this tripod, hold on, I'm gonna tilt down a little bit. It has this handle that allows me to tilt up and down, but it's probably as long as my Reiki wand here. And when I move forward, I always hit it. So that's why you'll see the camera move. So I love the tripod. It's new and I love it. I love the settings, for the height and the turning and stuff. But anyway, I don't know. It is what it is. I'm not getting another tripod. I accidentally broke my other one. Okay. Let's talk about career, Capricorn. All right, so what can we expect in this space that you're about to enter into? And we got, the Ace of Pentacles. Sorry about the glare. This is a fantastic card. The Ace of Pentacles, Capricorn, is the luckiest card in the deck. I knew them bells. I knew I rang them 3 times for a reason. Excuse me. Great things are coming. A new beginning in terms of your career. You're either going to just flat outright be offered a new job where, you're making new money, or, if it doesn't have to deal with money, maybe it's something, maybe you want less responsibility, or maybe you're somebody that wants more. So maybe it's a new job offer. Maybe it's a new promotion. Maybe it's a big fat raise or a big fat bonus, but this card is all about new beginnings, okay? And in good way. Luckiest card in the whole tarot deck, and you got it first card out. Way to go, Capricorn. There is really nothing else I can say with your career space. Be mindful. You are going to have a very positive new beginning in terms of your career. And that's all I can say. If I talk any more about it, it's just me it's all semantics, just me changing the words in my sentences. So we're just going to move on. Let's see money. All right. In money, you got the 3 of Swords in reversed. Okay. let me talk about this card first because it's not a like absolutely wonderful card. Reverse cards can all usually mean, 3 or 4 different things. This card is all about third eye chakra. Because it's swords, it deals with the element of air. So if you work with air energy, it also deals with the planet of Saturn, so the Saturn energy, as well as Libra energy. And this kind of plays into this, okay? This card is saying that you're about to stop drowning, okay? I think that maybe financially that you've been in a hard space, that, maybe you've been treading water a little bit, trying not to drown, but things are about to change for you. And just be patient. That change is going to happen where, you can finally take a breather and get into the boat, okay? And this probably has something to do with this card, okay? Because as I said, you're going to move into that space of new career or it is about new beginnings. Bonuses aren't necessarily a new beginning. It is as far as if you got this card financially, but I do feel it's more like promotion, or a new job or a raise. A raise kind of could be a new beginning, I guess. I guess a bonus could too. But whatever is about to happen here is definitely playing into this financial situation. As I said, things are going to feel a little better. If you really are in a situation right now where you really feel like you're treading water and you're starting to, like when people are treading water and they drink it in and, if you're feeling like that, meditate on your root chakra a little bit. That's going to help you out. That's going to make you feel a little more stable, a little more secure. If you're into crystals, I do usually black and red stones deal with the root chakra. I think I would probably go with something. I love red carnelian, maybe a red carnelian, or a mahogany obsidian, something to that effect. But whatever's going on currently, just be patient. Don't get frustrated. Don't say this is never going to stop, because if you think that way, you're manifesting bad things. So don't manifest that. Just be patient. Go with the flow. This is about to change. Okay? So far, good stuff. All right, let's talk about love. Your reading's going really fast, Capricorn. And in love, you got the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. The Wheel of Fortune, guys, it is a karma card. It deals with our solar plexus. It draws on the energy of fire. And it is associated with Jupiter energy as well as energy of Pisces. Now, when I talk about zodiac energy with a card, it doesn't mean that it only pertains to a Pisces, for example. We all have different zodiacs within our birth chart. For example, I'm Cancer. My rising is Leo and my moon is Aquarius. But we have things in other houses and peppered all throughout our chart. So this is just saying this is Pisces energy that is, deals with this card. So Capricorn, for those of you who are in relationships, whether, it's just, single, engaged, a single relationship, meaning y'all aren't married, a committed relationship. There we go. If you're in any kind of relationship, this card is saying you're about to move into a new phase or taking a next step. This doesn't necessarily mean it could be good. Maybe if you're dating somebody, you're going to get proposed to. But for some, it could mean the opposite. Maybe if you're thinking of getting married or you're engaged, that maybe you guys are finally saying, okay, this isn't really working. Whatever happens, though, know that it's for your highest good. And I know that that's very general, because I'm saying for some of y'all, it's going to be good. For others, it's bad. I mean, okay, duh, anybody could have said that. But this, like I said, is a karma card. So if you've been putting out good energy with your relationship, being totally honest, being totally faithful, just really doing the work, really communicating, good things are going to come back. That next step is going to be positive. But if you're somebody that's not being honest and maybe, you're kind of cheating a little bit, or you're not listening, or maybe you're very selfish in the relationship, then I think it's going to be the other way. Okay? So just be careful with that. It's hard to say which it's going to be, because again, this is a general reading. Normally I would draw some supporting cards, but you know what you've put into your relationship. Okay. So, with this being said, this doesn't mean if you've been, excuse the word, half-assing it, that y'all are going to break up. This is the universe saying, okay, it's time to stop doing that and do the work. Because remember, our futures are subjective. They're always changing. We make 1,000 choices a day, choices that we don't even realize that, choices that we don't make. So just know that you can change this. So if you haven't been the greatest partner, let's take it up a notch. Okay. Let's start doing the right thing and get this turned around. Okay. Now, if you are a single Capricorn, I have one sentence for you. Get your butts out there. Love is a coming. And you're saying, well, how come I'm not getting the bad thing? Because I'm not getting that. I am hearing that y'all have been doing the work. Maybe you've met a bunch of spoiled, rotten apples in the past. Whatever you broke up was not because of something you did. You've been really open. You've been honest. You've really tried to be a good partner. And yeah, it didn't work out with some of these creeps just because, they're creeps or creepettes, whichever the case may be. But just know, you've done the work, the universe. Remember, everything, any kind of energy you put out comes back threefold. You've put out some good energy in these past relationships. It's about to come back to you. You're about to really meet somebody, really, I don't know if it'll lead to marriage or anything, but you're about to meet somebody that's going to be a really good relationship for you. Okay, so good stuff. I like when it's good news. Okay, now we want to talk about health. Now, before we talk about that, I do need to kind of do like a little legal disclaimer. This is in the description, and of course it's more detailed. Excuse me, I'm going to take a quick sip of water. I get to talking and I get excited. And I told you my channel's authentic. So, when I first started doing this, it's like, oh, I need water, stop it, come back. And it was a mess, hot mess. And there's Parker barking, wanting to come in. Hello, Parker. You might hear her busting at any minute. Okay, for those of you who don't know Parker, she is my spiritual German Shepherd. All right, as far as health goes, whatever I tell you with this card, I will not diagnose anything. I will not offer you treatment. I do always offer things like meditation, what chakras to work on, crystals, but I will not tell you medically what you should do. You should always go see your doctor. If you're sick, if you're ill, if you're hurt, call your physician. If it's an emergency, dial 911. No matter if it's tarot, crystals, sound healing, whatever. Holistic healing methods are not to replace medical treatment. It's to work in conjunction with it. Okay? All right, so let's see what you got. The Ace of Swords. Okie dokie. Well, first of all, this deals with our crown chakra, the element of air, Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra. If you're accident prone, all I'm going to say is just be a little bit careful. you know, if you see I don't know, the dog's toy on the floor and you go to step over it, yeah, you might trip and fall and bruise up your knee or something. Just be really careful. If you see the dog toy, either walk around it or pick it up and move it out of your space. Just don't be lazy about it. Sometimes this card deals with those of us, because I'm a faller. I can fall forward, backwards, sideways, you name it. If there's an opportunity to fall, I find it. So if you're somebody like that, just be really careful. I'm not saying you're going to fall over and knock your head and blood gushing everywhere. But just be careful. This, can mean that there's some, you're going to trip and fall. And you might say, oh, well, I do that anyway. Yeah. Just be careful. And that's what this card is just saying, is just be careful a little bit. Okay? Really, that's it with the card. It sometimes does have other meanings, but, I'm just telling you what I say. All right? And I hope that it's nothing, I don't get the idea that it's anything serious, but I'm just saying, if you're accident prone, just be very, very careful. Watch where you're walking. If you're walking and if you're a very tall person and you go, oh, I can clear it, you're going to just knock yourself in the head. If you've ever done that. Just something stupid like that. So you're going to get owie. All right. Let's go ahead and talk now about spirituality. Now, I want to say spirituality doesn't necessarily mean religion. This is we're talking about your soul. Okay. And for this card, you got, I can't read that. The strength card in reverse. Strength card is Leo energy, and it deals with fire and sun energy and our solar plexus. And being in reverse, what this is really saying is that Capricorn, you have a really good connection to spirit, okay? But I think lately, or you're about to come into a space that you're going to see maybe you are having a little anxiety about, things, or maybe you're even doubting yourself. Like when I first started doing this and with crystals and everything, I doubted myself. And then it was like I started doing, it's called Weatherford First Trade Days here in Texas. And it's kind of like a flea market, and they sell, there's everything and anything. I mean, there's good stuff, and then, of course, there's junk stuff. But I have a big tent, a 10 by, I think it's 16 tent, and my tables, and, I sell all of my crystals and my sage and essential oils. I make roller bottles and sprays and scrubs and things like that, all infused with REIKI, all with Young Living essential oils, and it's all organic. And the first month I went, I was really scared to death. I was like, people's going to ask me questions, and I was really doubting myself. And so by the time Sunday rolled around, Friday wasn't too crowded. Saturday was really crowded because it was really super hot. And my husband gave me the most wonderful compliment. He goes, I am really impressed with everything that you know. And it really made me feel good because I love crystals and I love spirituality. And, I shouldn't doubt myself because I do deep inside. I know what I'm talking about, but we get like that. So if it's the same thing with you, maybe, you're having a little self-doubt about, I don't know how to meditate. Don't doubt yourself. Meditation, you cannot go wrong. There's no set time limit, no set way how to do it. One of the things I tell people is that something like gardening can be a form of meditation because you're outside, you're in the sun, so you're working with all the elements. You got your hand in the dirt, so that's hitting your root chakra. You're working with the element of air and everything. Just don't doubt yourself with whatever is going on, because you really are connected to spirit, Capricorn. And if you doubt yourself, you're going to then go, okay, you're going to start slowly stepping back and away. And you don't want to do that, because deep, deep inside you, you know that you have that connection. Okay. So don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt yourself. Do the work. And what I would do is I would really start working, maybe work on your crown chakra a little bit, because, our crown chakra deals with our spiritual self. So I think that that's not blocked, but I think maybe that's slowing down a little bit. I would work with some white crystals, things like selenite or clear quartz is wonderful. Scolasite, just those are all beautiful crystals you can work with, okay? And I think that meditating on your crown chakra can really help as well. And I think you're going to be okay, just as long as you don't doubt yourself, okay? Now, we're going to go ahead and hit that negativity and see what we got going on. Oh, I need to be careful doing that with open flames. Usually I cannot shuffle like that. Like I could do once or twice, and then usually by the third time when I start feeling confident, cards fly everywhere. And it's because I have issues in my hands with arthritis that I've never been a good shuffler. Even as a kid playing like Uno and stuff like that, I always hated when it was my turn to shuffle. And everybody always, wanted to be the shuffler. Not me. I always sucked. And I still do. So if I sat there and start shuffling like that, and the card's going to land on the flame, and then my husband's going to be yelling at me, and I don't need drama. Don't need drama. Okie dokie, Capricorn. Let's see what we got as far as any kind of negativity that we need to be aware of. And this card, Chimera, and it says synergy. I know that's kind of hard to read. And these cards are really difficult to see. Okay, and synergy. Synergy is all about the whole. The whole is better than the individual parts. So I think that you need to realize that. And again, look, we got another lion, which makes me wonder if this card is dealing with this, because you see how it's a lion. And then you also have, it looks like a Capricorn. That's really cool. Okay. I didn't notice that at first. But I think, though, that you need to be careful of this whole that you become part of. I definitely think this is dealing with some other people. I think that you're going to have either, whether it's one person or several people who are part of the group that kind of cause some discord, and they may be a bit even of an energy vampire, and they're kind of like the mean girl, okay? And they're trying to be funny about it and everything like that. But even though you want to be part of the whole, and I said that the whole is better than the part, but there's also that saying you're only as good as the weakest link. And if you are continuing to follow this person, or you laugh at their jokes, or you go, oh yeah, then you are not in synergy. Because now you've taken your whole self and you've taken part of it, your authentic self, which deals with third chakra, and you've pulled that away because you're trying to fit in with this particular person. So just be really mindful that, you know what? It's not that you're better than anybody else, but you don't need to be brought down to that vibration. Because again, I said over here that you're really connected to spirit. And, when you're with that type of energy and it's affecting you, it can bring you down. I would suggest, if you like crystals, maybe using some black tourmaline or black obsidian. to help protect you from whoever this person is. Because it could be somebody very close, which I'm having a feeling it's either a co-worker that you deal with every day or somebody in your immediate family or immediate friend. And we all have somebody like that in our lives. But don't let them bring you down to their energy, okay? Because if so, that's just going to take this disconnection and keep pushing you further and further away. And you've got a beautiful thing going on here spiritually. You're really working on yourself. And I really feel that spiritual side is really starting to blossom, okay? So just be careful. All right, let's go ahead. And then again, meditating on your crown chakra to keep you strong, but also meditating on that throat chakra to be your authentic self. If somebody else wants to be a complete jerk, then let them be a jerk. You don't have to be a jerk with them, okay? All right, let's pull this last card to see if there's any, what type of crystal that the universe, what type of crystal the universe maybe wants you to work with. And you got, we just said that. Black obsidian, the shadow. Okay, hold on. I'm going to go. Actually, I have hold on. Let me move my water bottle so I don't knock the camera over while I try to reach for it. I love black obsidian and black tourmaline. They're both wonderful protection crystals. This is black obsidian. I got to be careful because these edges are sharp. Black obsidian is lava rock. It's also called, it's lava glass. It's not truly a crystal per se. I'm just going to set that right there on top of that negativity that we had talked about. Black obsidian is really wonderful because it pulls in all negative energy, negative entities, negative thought forms, okay? Black obsidian is a great crystal for, as I said, protection work, but what was I trying to get at? I love black tourmaline too. There's other black crystals, jet, onyx I love, shungite. There's a lot of them. But the nice thing about black obsidian is that it holds intention really well. So when you set the intention for this crystal to absorb all the negative energies, negative entities, and negative thought forms around you, it does so, which black tourmaline will do as well, but black tourmaline doesn't hold intention as well. That's why black tourmaline needs to be cleansed constantly, okay? My black tourmaline, I have a piece at work. I actually cleanse that every day. I leave it on selenite, but I bring it home and I cleanse it with sage. Pretty much I'm very lucky because my meditation room, I'm using sage all the time. I'm using sound healing and REIKI. So my crystals are constantly being cleaned. But black obsidian is one that doesn't need to be cleansed as often because I like to call it the black hole crystal for negative stuff because that's what it's like. It's like a big black hole. It just sucks it all in forever and ever and ever. This piece of black obsidian, if I do have big chunks, the ones I have, I don't think are quite as thick. I think they might be. I have 2 pieces online that are nice sizes like this. But a piece like this, if you bought it and you don't have a meditation room or anything like that, probably once a month, just set it out on the full moon and, that'll cleanse it. Other than that, this wouldn't really need to be cleansed like weekly or anything. So, it says the shadow, and the shadow is that, we all have positive and negative in us, and we are human. So sometimes, somebody says something about somebody and you laugh, or you might go, oh, I know. And, I do it too. And then afterwards I'm like, gosh darn it. And then, it just, it brings down your vibration, but we're human, but that still doesn't excuse it. So, I think this is really playing on this negativity card we got. Well, I mean, it definitely is, because I had even said black tourmaline or black obsidian. Really reiterating the need to really be careful of whoever that person or persons are that are trying to bring your vibration down. Because if you continue to let it happen, this, where you're already feeling a little, self-doubt, this is going to get further and further away. Okay? So Capricorn, that's all I have for you. Thank you so much. Please make sure that you follow me on Facebook. Please go ahead, check out the website, give me a thumbs up on the video, leave a positive comment, subscribe if you haven't. All those wonderful things help support my channel, and I truly appreciate it. Thank you so much. I hope to see you in one of the weekly readings, and go live your best life, but do it the natural way. Namaste.